Welcome to Navigating Multi-Site Trials with Stephen Starr and Karen Beatty. This video is for educational purposes only. The views expressed in this podcast are solely those of the speakers. Today, we are tackling one of the most challenging aspects of clinical research, managing data across multiple clinical trial sites while maintaining the integrity and quality that regulatory success demands. So how do we turn chaos into consistency? This discussion unpacks the evolution of multi-site early phase trials, a data management blueprint, data capture tools, risk mitigation, and real-world solutions for clean, compliant, and complete data.
The evolution has been remarkable. When I started data management, phase one trials were predominantly single-site affairs, usually conducted at major academic centers. However, today we are seeing early phase studies spanning across multiple continents with 8 to 12 sites on average. The shift is driven by several factors, as follows: the need for diverse patient populations, faster enrollment timelines, increasingly complex protocols requiring specialized expertise at different centers, and the urgency to speed therapies from lab to patient.
The challenge is that each site brings different technologies, procedures, and regulatory requirements. And from a compliance standpoint, these challenges become even more important. The FDA and the EMA have strict guidelines around data integrity, and any inconsistency could be viewed as a violation of the study protocol, which may put the entire clinical study at risk of being disqualified. Studies have shown that inadequate training and lack of standardization procedures can lead to substantial number of deviations. This is why it is crucial to have standardized processes for data collection, validation, and reporting across all sites. Standardization in multi-site trials isn't about control, it's about connection. Connect with your systems, connect with your people, and connect with the mission behind the trial.
Absolutely, and the operational complexity is exponential, not linear. When you move forward from one site to multiple sites, you're not just multiplying your workload, you're actually dealing with a completely different operational system. One might still rely on decade-old technology while another has cutting-edge tools. We need standardized processes that span that spectrum, all while protecting data integrity and compliance. We need to create standardized processes that work across the entire spectrum while maintaining data integrity and regulatory compliance. It's like conducting an orchestra where each musician is using a different instrument and reading music in a different language. But our approach at Altasciences centers on what I call structured flexibility, also called nimbility. We do not wait until mixed studies to fix issues. We establish non-negotiable core standard blueprints from day one for data integrity, quality, and regulatory compliance. But we build flexibility into how sites achieve those standards. The key is a comprehensive upfront assessment, understanding each site's capabilities, limitations, and unique requirements before we design our data management strategy.
Excellent insight, Stephen. Clinspark represents a fundamental shift from the traditional EDC system. It doesn't just capture data, it manages the entire trial, and Ask Albert transforms our reactive data management approach into a proactive intelligence system. While this is particularly powerful for multi-site studies, maintain consistency while accommodating site-specific needs, Clinspark acts as a central data spine, whether it's for vital signs, lab results, adverse events, or protocol deviations. Data is captured directly at the source in real time, reducing transcription errors and delays. And also being cloud native, all sites are aligned on one platform.
And as you said, Karen, true, with our Ask Albert system, our motto is tell us once and we'll take care of the rest. Ask Albert stores client preferences, feedback, templates, and drug program details so sponsors don't have to repeat themselves, thereby alleviating frustration and streamlining operations. In turn, the system will support continuity, preventing the sponsor from having to repeat themselves and reducing delays in transferring information between Altasciences employees. So constructive collaboration is where power lies. Clinspark gives us a solid operational backbone. Ask Albert enhances collaboration and decision-making. Together, they form a single source of truth, a unified approach, if you will, supporting both oversight and site-level agility while providing each site with personalized support.
Absolutely. That is very important. And our data management blueprint is based on standardized flexibility. We define consistent core elements, naming conventions, data definitions, regulatory standards, and we build adaptive layers so that each site can apply them using their own tools and workflows. Implementation of success begins with a deep dive of the site assessments. For example, academic centers may prefer detailed documentation and peer-based discussions, while community sites may benefit from hands-on support and simplified workflows. We can access and adapt to different levels of support based on the site's needs and preferences by meeting with the staff, conducting audits of their technology and workflows. Assumptions of the site capabilities can be very dangerous and they often lead us to problems later on down the road. We like to take the time up front to reduce the issues that we may run into later on. We then move to a robust database build and site training, not just through setup, but all the way through study go. We provide 2 to 3 weeks of intensive go live support rather than assuming immediate independence, and then conduct routine audits, data verification checks, etc. And we like to stay on top of helping the sites before our issues turn into major problems. Our implementation strategy varies by site type. To measure and maintain data quality across multiple sites, we apply a tiered strategy. For example, daily strategies could include automated data validation checks, real-time data entry monitoring, and query management and tracking. Our weekly strategies could include looking at the trend analysis, cross-site data reviews, and site metrics. While our monthly strategies, we like to look at consolidated performance reviews, risk monitoring, and presenting refresher trainings to the sites. This system helps identify struggling sites early before the problems become serious. This also helps to support compliance with good clinical practices while preserving data integrity.
The future of multi-site data management lies in intelligent systems. We're seeing hybrid models that blend decentralized and traditional elements for maximum flexibility. Additionally, AI is evolving from automation to prediction, a very key important concept. Systems that spot and resolve problems before they occur. Virtual reality training is especially promising for consistent training across locations. The regulatory environment is also shifting, embracing e-signatures, remote monitoring, and AI-assisted quality assurance, or QA. Tomorrow's trial will be smarter, faster, and more patient-centric than ever before. Very promising and bright future as well. Successful multi-site trials depend on strategy, not just technology. With platforms like Clinspark and Ask Albert, a blueprint grounded in flexibility and standardization, success is scalable. The key? Understand each site's unique needs while holding firm to the standards required for regulatory success and patient safety. In closing, this has been Navigating Multi-Site Trials with Stephen Starr and Karen Bead. Keep pushing the boundaries of clinical research innovation. We'll see you soon.